Hey sis, it's me. I'm going to show you how to loom and cast on. First of all, I use kind of thick yarn to start off. If you're a beginner, I leave, about 6-7 inches, and I make a slip knot, which that means I just run the knot in through it, and it slips like that. And you can slide it like that. So then what I do is I get my loom, wherever I want to start. I want to start off on this end, and I just kind of tighten it on there. And I drop the little one towards the center. We don't need that one right now. And then what I do is I go straight down through the bottom and then over, under, over, over, under, over, under, over, under. You have to kind of hold it with a little bit of tension because it'll all unravel. And the more pegs you use, the wider your scarf is going to be. I think I want this one to be at 9. So I'm going to keep going. Let me see, I'll count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm going to stop right there. And I stop up here like as if I was going to continue. So I'll stop there and I'll hold it down with a little bit of tension. Now what we did is we have the first layer. So now what I'm going to do is push them down. Sometimes it's easy to push down. This yarn is a little bit thicker, so it's a little bit more, got to put a little more effort. But I push them all down because I'm about to put the second layer now. Just push them down, and it's harder to work on it showing you in the camera, but when you do this, you're going to face this like on your lap or facing down. So there it is. The way you continue is you go, this is the tricky part. You don't know whether you should go over or under. The yarn is coming this way, so you come straight across. Then you come under, you come over, under, over, and you're doing the same exact thing. So now it just looks like a bunch of X's. They don't seem to be going the same way as the bottom ones, and you'll see right now. But you're doing the same exact thing, over and under, over and under. Oops. If that happens, just continue. Under, over. And it's not this hard to handle. Thing is that I'm holding it upright. Hold on. So I'm going to go over, under, and under. And this is where I would finish. Some of the looms have this thing, and Sammy uses it to hold it there, just so you can have something to hold. But it looks like this now. Like a bunch of X's. This is where you start knitting. You get the bottom one from here. You see the little hook, the peg has a groove. So you get the bottom one and you put it over. There's 1, 2, and you do all of one side. One side may be a little harder to do because there's more tension. Once you do the second one side, it's going to be easier. So you go all through. And remember, I'm kind of working backwards, so it'll be a lot easier for you. All right. Looks like this. Now we're going to do the other side. And we're just bringing them over the same way you saw on the other side. Just over. All 9 of them. So once you have it, it looks like this. That's your first row that you've cast on. So you push them all down again. And you can't hurt this. As long as you're holding the tension on the end, you can't hurt it. So you bring it all down. Push it down. And now it's like back like you started. We just have one row on the pegs. So again, the tricky part here is like you don't know whether you should go over or under. The yarn is coming straight across this way, so you go that way. So now that's going to be over and under, over and under, over and under, over and under, over and under. Oops. That happens. All right. And under and over and under and over and under, over and under, and then I stop right here. So I'm going to continue, but I'm not. So I stop here, and I make sure I hold it tight here. And now again, you go back to your hook, and you're just going to bring that bottom one over. And this is all you're doing. There's no special trick or anything. You're just bringing them over. All the way across. Once you do this so much, you'll be able to do it while you're watching TV or doing something else. And then, same thing for this side. Bottom one goes over. Alright, so now you're back to just one row on it. And that row has to be pushed down again. What you see down here is the beginning of your scarf. As soon as I do a few more rows, we'll pull it out so you can see. So now back again to the tricky part. You don't know which way to go. If you look at the yarn, it comes straight across. So it's going to be over, under, pull some yarn out. Over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under. Oops. That won't happen a lot when you're facing it towards you. You shouldn't. I'm slanting it till that happens. Under, over, under, over, under, over, under. Over and under. And then this is where it ends. Now it looks like this. Now we have 2 rows on the pegs. So again, we're going to get our little hook and we're just going to go over that. Keep going over and over and over all the way across so we get all 9 of them. Looks like that. See, these are the ones that went over, makes that little knot there. And we do the other side as well. Looks like a little knot. And this side will always, like I said, be less tension. A lot easier to do. It felt a little tight. Let me try it again. There you go. And there you go. So now again, you'll push these down. All the way down. Or you don't have to go all the way down as long as you have space for the second layer. So now it looks like that. And let me make another one really quick so you can start seeing the scarf. Go straight across, over, under, over, under, over, under. I'll hold it here. On my tool, just go over. And do the other side as well. Again, you push them down. And this is what your scarf looks like. And if you can see, it looks a little bit very open and wide. That's because it's in the loom. As you're doing it more, this will, it'll make itself a little bit less wide. But I'm not sure if you can see it. But that is your scarf right there. Again, the only tricky part is when you're here, you don't know whether you should go here or here. Well, if you look at the yarn, it's facing this way, so you go straight across. So I know I'm going over and then under. And then under. If you use thinner yarn, you'll have to use 2 at the same time, which I don't recommend it if it's your very first time using a loom. But it's possible. And sometimes it's pretty, especially if you want to do like blue and yellow or something like that. But I would start off with a nice thick yarn, probably made out of wool and other fabrics, other materials. So you go across. And the other side. After you do this so much, if you end up skipping one, you'll know how to fix it. Because you'll know what you forgot to do and you'll just retract. Again, you're going to push these down. Okay, I'm going to do one last row. And I'm going to let you try. And you tell me what you think. This is hard or easy. Go straight down. Here's my string, so I'm going to go straight down across, over. And remember, all of them have to have 2 in the peg, so if you only have 1, that means you skipped it. Because you'll be able to see the pattern very well on the top of your loom, and you'll tell if you did it wrong or not. There's my pattern right there. It all has to look the same. And then, again, I'll go over that one. And that one I just got a piece of the yarn instead of the whole piece. Goes. And I'm just going over just like I did on the other side. This is the last one. Alright. Now what I'll do is I'll push them down. So it looks like that. First layer. And there is your scarf. Beautiful. And it looks very professional. See, you're starting to see the rows right there. Love those rows. Alright. Hope you like it, sis, and hope you try it. And you should have a scarf by tomorrow. Love you. See you later.